Well, hello there. How are you doing today? Do you feel like chatting with me for a bit? Well, come on in and come sit with me. I hope you all are doing well. The girls and I, we are back from our road trip, our healing road trip, and I would say that it did what each of us needed it to do. It allowed us the time to heal. We did get a bit quiet on the trip because we were focusing on really going down deep within us to process and absorb all of the things that we needed to, so we could come back home and face the realities that we needed to face with strength, courage, and the confidence to get past it, put it behind us, and move forward and live the life that we are deserving of living, which is a happy life. I would like to say that I am back at work here on YouTube full time. I am focusing on creating content, filming, DIYing right now, and boy oh boy does it feel good. And there's not going to be any more negative, sad vlogs from this day forward. This is going to be the closeout of that, and from this day forward it is going to be about inspiring each other and holding each other up and staying positive, and how we can do that. The girls and I came home from our trip, and we really did start focusing on letting go of the past and starting to build our own life together. And we did that by starting with the house and really transforming this house and making this house our home instead of what used to be our family home. Ray did pass away here in my home. I don't know if that was something that I ever shared with you all. He passed away in the family room that he spent the majority of his time in. That room is hard to be in because it was the room that Ray passed away in. I knew at some point that changing that room and redecorating it was probably something that we were going to need to do for our own mental well-being and to make it a happier space that we could then utilize instead of a space that we avoided because of the memories that it held. But we just weren't in a place to do that until we came home from our trip. And I would say that what really inspired the change was the bathroom cabinets that I had chalk painted. And I will tell you this week, you're gonna wanna stay tuned for that video because I changed those cabinets again. I absolutely hated the buttery color yellow that they turned out. And I would say that through my experience and trial and error, I knew what I wanted to do differently. And so I ended up redoing them, changing up the color, changing up the technique in which I distressed them, and they turned out amazing. So much so that I have been in the midst of redoing all of the cabinets in my house that exact same way. And let me just tell you, my word, I didn't realize how many cabinets I had, how much work repainting cabinets is, but I will tell you that the result and the outcome of these cabinets is well worth the work. But once I did the cabinets, I went down the rabbit hole, and it was a snowball effect of now the cabinets don't really go good with the wall color and the mini blinds, and it just kind of went from there. And so I knew that once we came home from our road trip that was hopefully something I would have the strength and the courage and the mental, I guess, capability to do. And I did, and I've been excited. I have been repainting walls, changing out mini blinds, switching out curtains, because then once I painted the walls, the curtains didn't go with the walls or the cabinets, and it was just a snowball effect. But it was a positive one because this house has not been changed in 20 years. Although I did change some of the decor when Jeff and I divorced, everything else, it was time to take this house from being what was once our family home to Kayla, Allie, and I's home, and make it our home now, and fill it with things and change it in a way that defined us and was our self-expression of what home feels like to us. And that is what we are doing, and the changes that we have made have felt amazing. It is great to walk into the house and see things that we chose, a paint color that we chose, changes that we've made that all three of us have made together. There has not been a change that has been made to this house that all three of us weren't involved in, so much so that I let Kayla and Allie pick the paint color of the walls, and that was fun. And we have gone to Hobby Lobby and Michael's and Joann's and picked out new decor. And the curtains, I would say I picked, and can I just tell you that I did. I made burlap curtains and I couldn't love them more. I won't say curtains, I would say burlap window coverings. That's what I will say, and they turned out amazing. I had a vision for them, and they turned out great. There was a little bit of tweaking and refining of it, but once I got it, and I am loving the way the house is turning out. And so you will want to follow me on that journey and all of the DIYs that I've done to this house, because they turned out great. Willow, you are chewing on a bone. It's gotta go. No, you're too loud. And I would say that it is all of these changes that is making moving forward every day easier, and it is giving us more strength, more courage, and more self-confidence. Oh, you really are trying to get that bone, aren't you? You can't have it. You're crunching on it and it's so loud and it's distracting me, and you can't. You gotta go play with a quieter toy. No bone, no bone. I have always been a person that is very self-aware. I would say that I'm pretty good at communicating. I am a communicator by nature. I am somebody who can easily express themselves. And when I am put in a position where I am silenced because of a narrative that is trying to be met, I was feeling very claustrophobic. I felt like I couldn't heal, because if I spoke my truth, then I was going to be judged. And I was going to be portrayed in a light that was not true to who I am, who my character is, or what I stand for morally. And for me, my character means so much to me. I would say three very important attributes to me are your morals, your character, and your integrity. And those are three things that I pride myself in having. And they are three things that I try to guide the girls into playing an importance in their life. And when you have those three things and they play into your life every day, and you work at those every day, because having morals, integrity, and character, it takes work every day. And it takes work because you have to choose whether you want to do the right thing or the wrong thing, whether you want to hurt people or you don't want to hurt people, whether you want to be a good person or a bad person. And I remember my dad had told me one time that it's always harder to do the right thing than it is to do the wrong thing. And that has stuck with me forever. Since the day he told me that, I hear it as vividly as the day he told me that. I can put myself back in that place. And I remember when he said that to me, I just thought, like, wow, no truer words were ever spoken. The right thing is always the harder thing to do, because there are consequences that come with the right thing. And the wrong thing is always the easier choice, because you get to hide from the truth and not take accountability and not do the hard thing. And when my dad told me that, I remember thinking to myself, okay, self, every day I am always going to try and make the conscious choice to do the right thing. And that is a statement that I tell the girls all the time. And I used to tell it to Ray too. When I raised my kids, I never raised them in the sense of telling them that they could or couldn't do something. I would always explain to them, you have a choice to make in life. You can choose to either do the right thing or the wrong thing. And when a circumstance or a problem or a situation would arise that came before them, we would talk about it, and I would say, okay, when you choose to either go left or right or wrong, what are the consequences going to be if you do the right thing? And what are the consequences going to be if you do the wrong thing? And once we would go over the consequences of both choices, I would leave them to sit with the choice and tell them that it looked like they had a choice to make. And that is how I have always parented my kids. And so when we were faced with a reality that was really hard to comprehend, and it was a brutal, mean reality, it left us in a place where we were asking ourselves, how could anybody do what has been done to us and be okay with who they are? Look at themselves in the mirror and be okay doing this to people. How could anybody be okay doing this to people, or even go on with their life and be happy and laugh and it not weigh on their heart with guilt and have that burden within their heart or on their shoulders weighing on them, that this is what I've done to get to the place where I am at in my life, and this is what I did to people in order to be right here where I am at, smiling and laughing. And that was hard to wrap my head around, and that was stopping my progression of healing. I would say that I am thankful and grateful for this community that is here on my channel. I cannot take credit for building this community myself, because I would say it was built collectively as a whole, meaning myself and you subscribers that subscribe to my channel. We have built an amazing community that I hope continues to grow, and we continue to build it, and we build each other up. We don't break each other down. We support each other, we uplift each other, and we encourage each other. And that is what you all have done for me. And I am happy and I am excited to be back in the place where I feel inspired and I feel motivated and I feel driven. That is my peace. So until next time, everybody, stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, you know what I'm gonna say. It may be hard and you might have to dig a little deep, but I know you can do it. Stay positive, please.